Traffic accidents. Each year, there are more than 140,000 motor vehicle crashes in Massachusetts. You might want to remember this number.
140,000.
140,000.
I'll write down.
You're just going to remember it. You don't have to remember it just when they have a bunch of different numbers. Just pick that one. You can lower your chances of a crash by obeying the rules of the road, following the instructions in this manual, and learning to drive defensively. If you are involved in or witness any crash, state law requires you to do as follows. If you are involved in an accident, when you are involved in a crash, even a small one, you must stop your vehicle. Never leave the scene of an accident. It's against the law. You could be charged with hit and run violation. So if you get in a crash, you got to stop. Property damage
If I
only.
get in a crash, I have to stop.
Yeah. Property damage only. Move your vehicle off the road if possible. Exchange name, address, driver's license number, vehicle registration, and insurance information. So those are the things you need to get with the other person you get in the crash with. Their name,
Yeah.
address, driver's license number, vehicle registration, and insurance information. You must show your driver's license and registration if asked to. If you damaged a parked vehicle or other property, you must try to locate the owner to report the accident or notify the police. Within days of the crash, you must file an accident report with both the RMV and the local police department. You must report any crash with $1,000 or more of property damage. If you've injured a cat, dog, or other animal, notify the local police and, if possible, the animal's owner. Accidents involving injuries. Check to see if everyone is okay. Check to see if anyone is injured. Call the police and request an ambulance or rescue squad if necessary. If possible, move your vehicle off the road. Exchange name, address, driver's license number, vehicle registration, and insurance information. Same thing again. With anyone who is injured and with any other drivers involved. You must show your driver's license and registration if asked to. Same thing as we just said. Within 5 days of the crash, you must file an accident report with both the RMV and the local police department. You must report any accident that caused injury or death or that caused $1,000 more in property damage. Notify your insurance company. Emergency first aid tips. Don't move an injured person unless absolutely necessary. If you must move someone because of life-threatening situation, fully support the person's head and spine. Check to see if the person is breathing. If the person is not breathing and you are certified in CPR, begin performing CPR immediately. If the person is bleeding, put pressure directly on the wound. Maintain pressure until help arrives. Cover the injured person with a blanket or coat to provide warmth and prevent shock. If you witness an accident, that means if you see an accident. If you drive by an accident and there are police emergency vehicles there, use good judgment. Reduce your speed and drive carefully. Look out for people and equipment in the road. Do not stop or slow down to sightsee. This is dangerous and will cause traffic problems. If you see an accident and there are no police or emergency vehicles, park your car off the road. Turn on your emergency flashers to warn other drivers. Check to see if anyone is injured. If you have a cellular phone, call the police. If you don't have a cellular phone, tell the next person who stops with a phone to call the police. If anyone has flares, emergency triangles, or reflectors, put them 200 feet or more in front and behind of the accident to warn other drivers. That sounds like a question.
What?
200 feet. So like if you have they have these reflector things you can put out.
Yeah.
I don't have any, but you can put them out uh, in behind or in front of a vehicle that's crashed.
What?
200 feet.
You have to stay away from 200
No.
feet.
If anyone has flares, emergency triangles, or reflectors, put them 200 feet or more in front and behind of the accident to warn other drivers. So there are these reflector things you can put on the ground, and you put them 200 feet away from the accident. Either way.
You put reflectors 200 feet away from the car?
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's a car
A
crash?
car crash. Follow the emergency first aid tips listed above. If possible, move all vehicles involved in the accident to the side of the road. Turn off the ignition of all vehicles involved in the accident. Okay. Do not go near any electrical wires that have fallen because of a crash. If electrical wires have landed on a vehicle, tell the people inside to remain inside until emergency personnel arrive. Do not touch the vehicle. So what happens if wires fall on your car? Do you get out?
No.
Stay in the car.
Stay in the car.
What happens if wires fall on someone else's car? Do you tell them to stay in the car or get out?
I don't know. Tell them to get out.
Tell them to stay in the car.
Tell them to stay in the car. Tell
Yeah.
them to stay in the
If
car.
there's electrical wires on a crash, people should stay in their car.
Tell them to stay on the car. In the car.
Reporting an accident. You must report any motor vehicle accident you are in that causes someone to be killed or hurt, or that causes $1,000 or more in property damage. That sounds like something you'd have to remember.
What?
How much money does you have to report?
$1,000.
$1,000. You must file a written report with the RMV within 5 days. How many days?
5 days.
5 days. You can get a motor vehicle crash operator report at your local police station or an RMV branch, or by calling the RMV phone center. You can also download a report from the website at www.massrmv.com. Where to send the completed reports. Mail or deliver one copy to the local police department in the city or town where the crash happened. Mail one copy to your insurance company, and mail one copy to the RMV at the address below. You should keep a copy of the report for your own files. So when you get in a crash, you have to fill out a report. And where do you send copies of the report?
To the city or town where the crash happened.
Okay, I just read it. One to the police department
One
in the
to the
city.
police department.
One to your insurance company, and one to the RMV.
One to the police, one to the insurance, and one to the RMV.
Yep. Okay, so that's